Welcome back to Why I Collect Comics. My name's Ken, and I did this new format so I could crank out some more videos and make it easier on myself. And the editing process is a lot easier, obviously, but I just haven't had time to film. Been busy with the other channels, the reaction channels that we have, and my wife and I, and that's our job. That's where the money comes from. She has a job as well, a day job. She works for a social media company. But I do the YouTube company full time for us. So that is where the focus is. Obviously, this is a passion project, and so that takes a little bit of a back seat sometimes. But it's important to have a passion. It's important to have a hobby, and it's important. That's how you should start a YouTube channel. And that's how we started our first YouTube channel, and that turned into Definitely Not Definitive Games. Just started out as Definitely Not Definitive, and we did Marvel movie Marvel movie reviews, and we ranked and scored all the Marvel movies based on our silly score sheet. And it just started out like that, and then it just kind of evolved into something else. And so, hey, who knows? Maybe this will evolve as well. Also, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into multiple videos on YouTube. And so people got 3 segments, 3 videos on YouTube. Hopefully that helps as well, because YouTube likes more consistent uploads. So I'll have 3 videos to put out there. But if you want the full video, you can just check it out, or the full podcast. You can just check it out on Spotify or other places you find podcasts. I'll have it full on there, all in one segment. Today we're gonna talk about Silver Surfer. I got some Silver Surfer issues that I want to go over. One of them is Silver Surfer Rebirth. There's 2 Silver Surfer Rebirth limited series, and I'm going to talk about the first one. There's a new one that's coming out right now. I don't think all issues have been released yet, but I'm talking about the first one. And then also going over Silver Surfer Ghostlight. That's another one that came out in 2022. So, and then the final one is Silver Surfer Volume 3. I'm going to go over the first 14 issues of that, and all these are going to be available in the description of this video. You can go ahead and, if you don't want to collect the issues like me, I'm a collector. I collect the actual individual comics. These are all available as books as well. You can get it as like an ebook, or you can just get the actual book. I like something to hold, and when I'm reading, whether it's comics or a book. I don't do ebooks. That's just me. Probably be cheaper if I did, but I don't. So. Yeah, so I'll have links for those down below in the description of the video, and it'll help support the channel if you are interested in these. If if after hearing about these, giving my review, you are interested in checking them out, and then go ahead and use that link, and I'd appreciate it. All right, let's get into Silver Surfer Rebirth. Now, if you've never read any Silver Surfer comics, I would recommend reading Silver Surfer Rebirth for your first series. If you are a major fan of Silver Surfer, and you love Silver Surfer, and you've read all his comic books, you haven't checked out Rebirth yet, you don't know if it's any good, check it out. You will absolutely love it. If you're only kind of familiar with Silver Surfer, you read some of his comics, and you're like, it's not really for me, give Silver Surfer Rebirth a chance, because it captures everything that is great about Silver Surfer. All right? This is quintessential Silver Surfer. If you like Silver Surfer, this is going to make you love him. If you love Silver Surfer, then this is just going to be a quick, amazing, fantastic read for you. And if you aren't familiar with Silver Surfer, this is a great place to start, because will have familiar elements for you, because it deals with this isn't really a spoiler. It deals with Thanos and the Infinity Stones, and so everyone's kind of familiar with that from the MCU and the Marvel universe. So it'll have some familiar elements in there, and even before the MCU, I was a sucker for the Infinity Stones and the Infinity Gauntlet. That was just a great series, and they knew it was, and they bled that thing dry. And there was Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, Infinity Crusade, and they kept just going with it. Silver Surfer Rebirth. This has every aspect of why I read Silver Surfer comics. It explores the beauty and wonders of space, and I've always really had an interest in space. I took an astronomy class in college and realized that I wasn't that interested in space, because I thought, astronomy, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to love this class. And I was like, ooh, maybe I just think space is pretty, and I just kind of like the wonderment of it all. But like when you really started to boil down to the science of it, I'm like, it's not for me. But Silver Surfer doesn't boil really down in the science. It doesn't bog itself down in that too much, and just has the beauty and the wonder and the fantastic awe of space. It also shows Silver Surfer as a powerful badass, which is what he is. He is extremely powerful, and it's Spider-Man's my other main comic that I read, and so it's so much different than Spider-Man. Not that Spider-Man's not strong, but I mean, he's not taking on elder gods, and he's not, he's your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. All right, and so it's nice to when I want something that's a little bit more familiar and everyday than I could read a Spider-Man comic book. When I want to just kind of let my imagination run wild, then that's when I go into Silver Surfer and read his comic books. So I'm going to go over the plot a little bit here. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers as much as possible, but everything I cover here is going to be on the covers of the Silver Surfer issues. So if you collect them, you're going to spoil yourself anyways. So this whole thing starts off with a big cosmic event. Like that's like the first issue, the first few pages. It sucks you in right away. You're like, okay, this is Silver Surfer. We're in space. Huge event. That's what Silver Surfer deals with. It sucks you right in. Okay, you're there right away. They talk about an inciting incident. Well, it starts off. It doesn't wait 10 pages. It just kicks it off with an inciting incident. The artwork also establishes the high stakes right away in this. The artwork is beautiful. The whole team that did Silver Surfer Rebirth really knocked it out of the park, from the writing to the artwork. And I'm not surprised that they've continued this. They have a Warlock Rebirth that has the same team. I'm going to cover that, not in this podcast, but I'm going to read that one when I go more into Warlock, and because I collected Warlock and the Infinity Watch. I'm very, very happy about that. And they also did another Silver Surfer Rebirth. So they've done another 5-issue limited series for that. So I'm glad that this team has stuck together and has continued to crank these out, because this series is just fantastic. So this takes place after the Infinity Gauntlet saga. All the Infinity Stones have been divided up. Adam Warlock and the Infinity Watch have the majority of them, and then the Reality Gem has been given to Thanos, and that was given to Thanos by Adam Warlock. So what happens is someone has stolen the Reality Gem, and Thanos has enlisted Silver Surfer to help him find it. And while Silver Surfer doesn't like Thanos, you kind of go with the devil you know. So it's better to have Thanos have it, even Adam Warlock entrusted him with it, than it is for some random person to have the Reality Gem and just cause chaos, really. Now, there are a lot of fun battles in this and a lot of nice guest characters. I was a little disappointed when I found out who the big mastermind was. I think it was just because I wasn't as familiar with him as I was with like Thanos. I've seen this character in some Silver Surfer issues, but like it's been a while since I've read those issues, so I just wasn't as familiar with him. So when he showed up, and it's like, oh, this is the guy that's doing it all. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. So Thanos is such a badass in this. I just have to say, I mean, he's a dick too. He's such a dick, but he's a badass. He's so much more badass in the comics than he is in the MCU. And I didn't hate what they did with him in the MCU. Okay. I love the Infinity Saga and all that stuff. But in the comics, he is so much better. So much better, so much cooler. He's just more fun in the comics, especially in this. There's a great line, and it's not spoiling anything, but it says, "You confuse power with purpose." I like that line. It was a good line. The artwork in this, like I said, is amazing, and there's just this one image of just a pissed off Silver Surfer. And he is just raging out, and oh, he looks so freaking cool. Pissed off Silver Surfer is way better than a contemplative Silver Surfer. Now, you want a well-rounded character, obviously, but he just can't be, holding back all the time. So you want to see him. Unleash. You can't have him be a hothead all the time. And like actually, one of the things that appeals to me about Silver Surfer is the fact that he is so kind of calm and cool and collected and even keeled most of the time, even when he's battling like these insanely powerful beings. He just, he makes it look effortless. So it's when he does get pissed off and unleashes, it's a rarity and it's cool. This is a really quick read for you. I did it all in one sitting. It's 5 issues. Finished it all in just one shot. because I just couldn't wait to get to the next issue. So you should go ahead and you should pick it up if you want to. Like I said, in the description of this video, I will have a link. And if I've convinced you, then please support the channel and go ahead and click that link and check it out. You can get the ebook, you can get just the book itself, or if you want to, you can collect the issues. You know, it's 5 issues. It's cheaper to go the route with the book on Amazon. But if you're a collector like me and you like having the actual comics, then that way is good too. Go ahead and check it out. Probably on eBay is your best shot. Thanks so much for checking out Why I Collect Comics. And then next week we will talk about Silver Surfer Ghostlight.